Good communications is one of the key factors for your success as a team in Airsoft. The most important tool for staying in contact with your mates on longer distances is the handheld radio, usually combined with a push-to-talk unit and a headset, so you don't give away your position when receiving a call. I don't know what's about you, but I always got annoyed by the plenty of cables and wires you need for all those components. This is why I chose a setup that works completely wireless by using Bluetooth. If that's something for you as well, stay with me for the next minutes. This is how a typical radio setup looks like, as you can see it on many Airsoft fields. You got your headset, connected with a cable to the push-to-talk unit, a small button you press so the radio begins transmitting. From the PTT, a second cable runs down to the radio itself. I don't know how it's in other countries, but here in Germany it's usually a license-free PMR radio, also due to legal restrictions. There are also combined PTT and earpiece solutions, such as this one, but I always found them even more flimsy and never really got used to those. In fact, all solutions that require a wired connection always restricted my movement somehow. For example, when I organized the cables too close to my gear, I felt limited in free head moving space. On the other hand, if I gave the wires too much room, they easily got tangled in bushes, branches, or other parts of my environment. So a different solution was needed. And this is where I began my research for Bluetooth-assisted radio components. Before we begin, let me clarify, all the products I'm going to show you are most likely not supposed to be used in military or law enforcement context, as the technology can easily be jammed, intercepted or whatever. Those parts most likely are only safe to use in Airsoft and other fun environments. Okay, let's begin with option 1. You do have a classic PMR radio with a Kenwood or Midland port and want to continue using it, but Bluetooth would be a cool addition. A simple and cheap way to do so would be using one of those Bluetooth adapters. This particular model is called the Anysecu HB-6A. It allows you to connect basically any Bluetooth headset you can imagine, as long as it uses Bluetooth version 4.0 or higher. All you have to do is to connect the adapter to your headset port, which is a Kenwood one in my case, and to pair the adapter with your Bluetooth headset of choice. I decided for a simple office headset, which I can combine with a baseball cap or a boonie, keeping the setup as simple and lightweight as possible. But in theory, you also could use your bulky and LED illuminated gaming headset if that's what you like for Airsoft. You can hear the sound quality is basically as it is on any other headset used for this purpose, and the initial connection is no problem at all. Starting a transmission in this setup can be done by pressing the radio's PTT button or by using the multifunctional button on the headset itself, which enables and disables the Vox feature for permanent transmission. Additionally, you can place this wireless PTT unit wherever you want, be it on your plate carrier, your Airsoft replica, your ring finger or wherever. The cool thing, it's already included in the box with the Bluetooth adapter, so you don't have to place a second order. If this combination of parts really worked as it should, the video could end now and I could wish all of you to have a good one. But actually I ran into some kind of connectivity issues. Especially when the distance between headset and Bluetooth adapter becomes too large, or there were obstacles between the two parts, a human body seems to be enough, my teammates reported to me they were not able to hear my transmissions anymore. Maybe it was my own fault and I did something wrong with my configuration, but I have not figured out yet what this mistake could have been. This is why I brought up this more reliable solution. Let me show you its features. Heart of the setup is the Retevis RB-637, which is a PMR radio with a built-in Bluetooth transceiver. It can be bought from eBay, AliExpress and several other platforms for not even $40, which makes me wonder why I never saw it on the field before. One important difference to the adapter I showed you before is that you will need a Bluetooth headset using version 5.3 to be compatible with the radio. Unfortunately, there is no external push-to-talk unit coming with the radio, so you either simply rely on the button on the radio itself, or you set up the following little workaround. This workaround benefits from the fact that the Bluetooth adapter I showed you before also accepts the signal from its own PTT while not being connected to a headset. This means, by plugging the adapter into the CAN ports of the Retevis, actually enables two Bluetooth transmitters. The one inside the radio being paired with your headset, and the adapter being connected to the external PTT right from the factory. I used this configuration at 2 game days now, and it worked absolutely amazing. Instant connection once the headset and the radio have been paired, and not one single signal loss during my tests. Here is just one quick demonstration of the radio-Bluetooth combination, both receiving and transmitting from and to my classic Baofeng radio. If you asked me which kind of radio setup I would recommend and which one I use myself, what you see here would be the answer. Of course, as always, there is no really perfect solution and every setup has its downsides. In this case, it definitely is the need for a lot of batteries to be charged. In other words, the amount of cables you don't need during the Airsoft game, you really will need in order to charge all 4 components by themselves. For me personally, this is still worth the deal, as such preparations really became kinda normal for me before an Airsoft game. But in the end, it's up to you if you want to give it a try. Oh, and before I forget, the Retevis RB-637 comes with pre-programmed QT and DQT frequencies, which basically is the same as the common DCS subchannels. This means, in order to communicate with other radio brands, and not only with other Retevis radios, you need to delete those additional frequencies from the gadget by using the original Retevis software and a programming cable. However, this usually is necessary to be done only once in the entire lifetime of the radio, so it has been not that much of an additional obstacle for me, compared to the benefits of playing wireless. In case you need help with reprogramming your Retevis radio, feel free to ask in the comments. I will do my best to help you out. Here is one additional idea for you, in case you still want to use your original Airsoft/military style headset, but also would like to benefit from some more Bluetooth freedom. Most of the Z-Tecs, Peltor clones and so on don't come with integrated Bluetooth, so you would need to find a way to transform their signal. Just to make it clear, I don't think you will get a huge benefit from the following setup, as it does not really free you of all cables. But maybe it will give you some ideas and inspires you for further experiments. I, however, do not use this kind of radio build. The idea is to use this external Bluetooth speaker and microphone combination. It can be connected to the Retevis radio the same way as the office headset I just showed you. But being a speaker, it's designed to fulfill a slightly different purpose. It is a PTT unit, a speaker and a microphone in itself, but probably will give away your position quite obviously if you use it standalone. This speaker, however, comes with a 3.5mm port, so with the respective adapter cables. Yes, another cable in a video about reducing cables. That's kinda strange. Well, with a respective cable, you can connect the speaker to your Airsoft headset. The main restriction of this is the 3.5mm port of the speaker does not support any microphone signal, so you have to speak directly into the unit itself if you want to transmit a message.
Power on.
On the other hand, this does offer you interesting possibilities. For example, connecting your Airsoft headset to your smartphone via Bluetooth. However you might want to use this information, I just wanted to drop it here and will stick to the office headset solution for the next games to see how it will perform in the long run. The final thoughts chapter of this video can be kept quite short, I think. From my point of view, getting rid of all those wirings is a great thing, but I also know there are many players out there who think this style does not look tactical enough or something. Also, my slim-shaped office headset for sure has no active hearing protection. So for playing in loud areas where pyro grenades and similar are used, my solution might not be ideal. After all, I'm quite curious how you think about this Bluetooth idea. Are you interested in trying something similar by yourself, or will you stick to the traditional solution? As always, I'm looking forward to read a lot of comments of you guys. So long, have a good one.